Yeah, it was cool. I didn't play there 2 years ago. It was Dewana and I think Nick. But yeah, it was cool to come back. It was hot, very hot. I think my mom said the field felt like it was like 110, so it was super hot.
How would you guys assess the offensive line performance?
I would say mediocre, but at the same time, I don't think a lot of people take into account it's the first week. You don't know what they're running. You have previous film, but Matt Guerrero was there, guy who knew Ohio State offense. So and to scout the 40+ transfers that they had, and basically I don't know how many transfers they had on defense, but I knew it was a lot. To scout those guys too is difficult for an offensive line. Yeah, I'd say it was mediocre, but I think we got a lot of stuff to improve on. So.
Did they do things that you didn't expect, or was it such a mystery that you didn't even know what to expect?
No, I think we knew what they were going to do. We didn't know that if they were going to implement Matt Guerrero's stuff with Coach Allen's stuff, or they were just going to keep it how Coach Allen likes to run his defense. And they did a little bit of both. But I think it's just building that chemistry. Week one, like Coach Day said, week 1 to week 2 should be a major difference.
Ryan said that everything that he saw on film from you guys is correctable. Everything's correctable. Do you agree with that? And how much did you see originally that was just like, okay, we could definitely do this?
Yeah. I think it's more of a communication issue than everything. I mean, going on the road the first week at a Big Ten conference, and don't get me wrong, you can call my word for this. I think Indiana is going to a bowl game this year easily, and I think they're gonna be a good team, a really good team actually, with that defense. But I think everything was correctable. It's just little slight communication errors on us that we have to fix.
You played with Matt
Yeah.
once last year.
Yeah.
But what was it like to get another start beside him?
It's cool. I mean, Matt's the old dog in the offense line room. It's good to be by him because I know when he's locked in, no one's getting around him.
Josh, what did you like about the way that you played that allowed you to get a great as champion?
I liked that we were all on the same page. It's just that we had a little bit of mistakes. I mean, yeah, I graded out champion, but I don't look that as oh, look at me, I'm champion. No, because you got to keep working. Because if you stop and you sit on the top of the mountain and you don't keep climbing, then somebody's gonna get you real good. So
You're all on the same page, but sometimes different paragraphs. I mean, how would you?
I mean, it's just and Indiana brings a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
With defense, with blitzes, the twist, their blitz patterns, all that stuff. So I think it's just slight correctable errors that we made, and it's more of just getting comfortable with communicating, working the fit, and just executing it.
Is there a point where an offensive line gets to where you don't necessarily have to yell anything? The other guy knows. You understand what I'm saying? I mean,
no, I don't think so, because I think if you're always communicating, it's always good for an offensive line. I think if you're not communicating, then the offensive line can be on the different pages, like you said, or different paragraphs, like you said.
You mentioned communication a couple times. The fact that Josh Simmons had only been here since July or whatever.
Yeah.
The fact that Carson's a second year guy. I mean, were those factoring into, you think, what you saw last Saturday?
I think it was all of us. I wouldn't pin it on them. I think it's all of us because I played a little bit. Matt's played a lot. Donnie's played a lot. I think it's on us and Carson and Josh to communicate and work and know who we're working to.
Josh, did that get better throughout the game? And if you think it did, what would you highlight as an example of y'all kind of getting on the same page as the game went along?
Yeah, I would say probably late third into the fourth quarter, because we knew we had to score and we had to win. And I think that's what people are forgetting is you're here to win. You're not here to win by. I mean, if you win by 50, it's good, but a win's a win. Going against a Big Ten opponent. But I think going back to what your question is, the fourth quarter I think was our time where we were like, okay, Now we got it down. Now we know how they play, because you don't know how to play. They play because they're transfers, so like you don't know how they play together. You don't know, and like I said before, that defense is really good.
How much
Coach
do
said
they-
that Carson
yeah.
Haynes been called a decent game. Wasn't
Yeah.
a bad start for him. What do you think from him in the middle of that offensive line? What do you
Yeah,
think?
I think Carson did really well. Like I said, I think all of us have correctable mistakes, but I think Carson played a really good first game for his first start.
And then Coach Day also said from week 1 to week 2, like teams can make a big jump. You've been here a while.
Yeah.
You've seen this offense do that. What does that look like for this offensive line this week?
I think just firing out with low pads, and then in the pass game, blocking our guy and working the fit and knowing who we have.
Josh, the short yardage situation was a particular problem.
Yeah.
When you watched that, what did you see? The same stuff you talked about, or was it something different?
Yeah, I think it was just a little bit of miscommunication. I mean, I would say some of that was my fault to Luke. I take ownership of that. He's a new guy. He's a freshman. So I should communicate when we're in the personnel that we're in with him. I think it's my fault because I got to tell him, hey, you got this guy to this guy. If this guy comes, you take him. And a matter of 4 or 5 seconds. So, I put that on me.
Criticism's been fairly substantial this week about the offensive line.
Yeah.
Are you guys oblivious to it? Do you take it to heart? Do you care about it? What's your thought about it?
I saw a clip. Kirk Herbstreit said that Ohio State fans can be psychotic. I love Ohio State fans. I love Buckeye fans. But I think the scrutiny that we're under right now, it doesn't affect us because we're trying to win. I mean, yeah, the offensive line didn't play very well. Look around the country, offensive line didn't play very well. And you can go on Twitter, search up offensive line play. I don't think they said one good thing about an offensive lineman until you win the game, and then like, oh, we won the game, and everybody's gonna forget about it in a month, 2 months now. So.
Two more
Josh, I
questions
think
for
you had
Josh.
said maybe last time we talked to you, like, oh, kind of along in that same subject, like we put it on film. We put the corrections on film. We know we're good now.
Yeah.
So what you saw then, what you experienced on Saturday, do you attribute that more to? I'm assuming that was not what you guys were putting on film. Do you attribute that more just to what Indiana was doing?
Yeah, I would say. First game jitters is always a thing too. I think just going out there, like I said, 40 plus transfers. I don't know how many you can get the numbers on defense. I forget how many, but and then seeing how they play and how they make run fits, how they do pass fits. So yeah.
Is there a hunger among you guys to show, hey, we're better than what we showed week 1?
Yeah, I think so. If the hunger's not there, then we're in trouble. So I think the hunger's there. I think it's just getting on the same page and having communication.
What's the puzzle that Youngstown State presents? I mean, you've seen a little bit of video of things
Yeah.
now.
I think they're really, really good. Really, I think they're 3 or 4 defensive ends. They rotate is really good, and I think their interior is really good, and their linebacker play is really good. I think we just gotta work the fit, and then based on there, and use our technique, and hopefully win.